Beijing. The money came from all over China, its wealthy southern and eastern coasts as well as the arid northwest, as thousands of people scrambled to circumvent the country's strict controls on wealth. In the end, more than 10,000 people had used an underground bank to effectively funnel $3 billion out of the country before the authorities put a stop to it, Xinhua, China's state-run news agency, reported on Thursday. The discovery of the underground bank in Shaoguan, in the southern province of Guangdong, offers a glimpse into how Chinese citizens skirt government limits to get their money out of the country. Their efforts took on global significance 2 years ago, when a loss of confidence in China's outlook led many of its people to send their money abroad, a flow that helped drive a remarkable $1 trillion drop in China's stash of surplus foreign money. The exodus cast a shadow over China's long-held status as a major global economic growth engine. China appears to have since stemmed the surge of money abroad, thanks to an improved economic outlook and tough new efforts to keep the money at home. But the underground bank bust announced Thursday showed the lengths that the authorities will pursue to enforce limits on money leaving the country. The Chinese police have detained 7 people believed to be involved in the bank, according to the Thursday reports. The authorities discovered 148 illegal and fraudulent accounts from the bank, involving more than 10,000 people, the Xinhua report said. Underground banks are illegal but common in China. According to China's Ministry of Public Security, underground banks handled more than $137 billion in transactions last year. Other ways in which people circumvent government limits include directing money to casinos in Macau, the only Chinese territory where gambling is legal, as well as using credit cards to buy luxury goods abroad and buying insurance policies that can be cashed out overseas. China imposes strict limits on how much money can leave the country. Those limits help the government keep a firm hand on the value of its currency, and the Chinese authorities credit the limits with helping keep its financial system steady during emergencies like the 1997 Asian financial crisis and the global crisis that began in 2008. The government sets a $50,000 limit on the money Chinese citizens can move out of the country in a year, though businesses and those making strategic investments can send out much more. But growing numbers of people began dodging the limits 2 years ago, when a stock market crash, a surprise government-led currency devaluation and prospects of slowing economic growth led many to seek safer havens for their money. President Xi Jinping has made combating financial risk a top priority. His government has shut down platforms that trade cryptocurrencies, announced controls on outbound investment in property, entertainment, and soccer, and imposed curbs on payments overseas. Much of China's underground banking activity is centered in cities that border Hong Kong and Macau, special administrative regions of China that are governed by their own laws. In Shaoguan, the police were alerted to a suspicious bank account that was opened in 2011 in the city by a Mr.